Hey everybody, welcome back to Draft Takes here on the JAKIB Media Sports Network. I'm Derek Gunn. It's presented by IBEW Local 98. The Eagles' fifth round draft pick is in, and they go running back in round number 5, picking Kenneth Gainwell, a running back out of the University of Memphis. And the one thing that jumps out about him when you read some of the perspective on him is a game breaker, the ability to be a game breaker. Needs to add maybe a little bit of weight to his frame, but he can be a game breaker. And more importantly, excellent hands catching a football out of the backfield. Now, for this round, I brought in one of my all-time favorite Eagles, a current Eagles player who loves to give me grief because he says I'm always asking favors of him. But if you get to know this guy, you know he very seldom says no to anybody. He always has exactly that smile on his face no matter who he meets. Brandon Graham, how you doing on this bright, sunny day, man?
Oh man, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Loving the picks. Just can't wait to get to work.
You told me that you follow the draft. So let me start with pick number 5, this Kenneth Gainwell. How much do you know about this young man?
I'm gonna go, look, but just from hearing what you were saying, game breaker, somebody that probably need to get in the weight room a little bit, just learn how to be a pro. That's all. But as long as he come with the attitude, to want to be great, that's all you could really ask for from a player, is to maximize every little bit coming in and put the ego aside. This ain't what you was in Memphis or wherever you was from. It's somewhere new, have open ears. You know what I'm saying?
On a young team, you sound like the hater figure in the locker room after all, huh?
I'm just, I'm gonna try to help everybody, man. If I can, you ain't gonna be able to help everybody because everybody, got their own vision on what they feel success is and how they gonna do it. But for the most part, people that want to follow and I'm gonna make sure I lead the best I can this year.
Okay, so you know what the Eagles needed going into this draft. It was no secret. They need a lot of help on defense in this draft. First round, they go elite wide receiver with the Devonta Smith. And by the way, at the 76ers game on Friday night, you sitting courtside with the new first-round draft pick and his quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Give me your initial impressions on your thoughts on this young man coming in now to join the Philadelphia Eagles.
First off, he was clean, coming in with the suit, looking good. I remember them days, man, just everything was just happening so fast, just flew in for the day, had all the media stuff. I mean, it just seemed like a whirlwind for him. But I like what I see so far, man. What I seen on film is what matters, and that boy is explosive. He done beat a lot of DBs that's really good. So that boy got something to him, and I'm excited to see what that is.
Okay, so what was your initial conversation with him like? Was it just making him feel welcome, or were you giving him insight in terms of, all right, you're not a college player anymore. You are a professional athlete now.
Well, say that. Well. Really, when I was talking to him, I was just letting him know, man, just come in ready to go, making sure that you, look, be with people like Jalen and people that's out here really taking it serious when they're in the building. Start to get a regimen for yourself. Start to see what works for you on the everyday to make sure you have yourself ready for practice. Make sure you attentive in those meetings. Whenever you're in that building, just make sure you know what's going on so that you won't have to worry about nothing on game day. And, make sure you off the field is good. And, man, I'm telling you, you're going to be smooth sailing. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be smoother than if you got problems, you know what I'm saying, and trying to make it happen.
You were a guy who came into the league very similar to this young man, Devonta Smith. You were a high first-round draft pick. Team traded up to get to you. How much pressure is that on you in terms of, you were this great college player. In his case, he's coming off a Heisman Trophy campaign. Now you come in with immediate expectations upon you. How much weight is that to put on a young man's shoulders?
It's a lot of weight, but I mean, that's why you say you want to be in the first round. Here you go. This is the pressure that comes with it. This what I tell people all the time. You better watch what you ask for. You might just get it, and you might not like what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he always dreamed of this moment, and if it was easy, everybody it wouldn't be easy to get to that 10th spot. So make sure you just go be you. That's what I told him. Just be the best you. That's all you can do, and everything else to kind of fall along those lines of what you do. You know what I'm saying? Or how you handle the success that you have, how you treat it off the field. Are you outside, partying all the time, or are you focused, making sure you got your work done first before you go play? But just have fun, but make sure that you got your work done before you go do anything. So I think that was my message to them. Just want them to not take too much. Don't worry about the pressures of it. Just know that you can do this. You got here. Everybody just expecting you to do what they see you do on the field when you was in Alabama, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Just go be you. And now you got to come with it every practice. It's not like college where we gonna wait on the game. Nah, we got to make sure we gain that trust, that level of trust, and how you practice is everything.
All right, let's dig inside Brandon Graham's mind for just a moment, because just a few years ago, you were on a team that was still considered a contending team, okay? Things bottomed out in 2020. You only win 4 out of 16 games. Now the organization is talking about rebuilding, retooling, and basically starting over. You have a young, virtually untested quarterback. You have a lot of young, untested receivers as well. You've got a lot of holes to fill on defense. Give me your mindset in terms of you being 33 now at this stage of your career. What's it like to be back on a team? It seems like it's starting all over again. I hate to use the term twilight, but not looking for finding a better word, in the twilight of your career.
I think that it's all about your mentality coming in, and so with them trusting me to still be here, being 33, and know that it's a new group that's here, and younger group. I'm gonna make sure I put my season on it, of what I know from when we played and what I've learned along the way. And I think that mentality is everything. The mentality of your team, how you approach every week. I shouldn't be trying to motivate you to practice, because that should just be something that you want to do because it's going to translate to the field. And it's just like you got to get people in habits of just wanting to win. They one-on-ones, they battles against their teammates every day, and not go out with the friendly, oh man, that's my boy, I ain't gonna make him look bad. It's like, no, we here for a reason, we here for a job, and we're here to win. And like I say, mentality is everything, because we can do it. Just because we young don't mean nothing, but it's how we attack it. And I think that that's gonna be my first message for everybody. Like, we all here for a reason. We all here because we got the skills, and everybody is pretty much even in this league for real. But it's all about the mentality people have and how they work is everything, and knowing where they're supposed to be and knowing what their opponent is going to do before they even do it. And that's where the great ones start to show up, because they already know they one step ahead of everybody, because they did film study to making sure they're taking care of their body, put themselves in the best position. And I just think that it's going to be all mentality with this team, because we always been structurally good. But I think that it's all about your mentality on how you approach every day, and not having that conversation after the conversation, and them private conversations tend to be cancerous for your team, especially if it's not talking about the message of what coach is talking about.
A lot of young players, they get just caught up in the ambiance of being a professional athlete, playing in front of millions of people on TV, finally making a decent income. Something that they've dreamed about forever. And now you're going to have more younger players and older players in the locker room. But when you look at the guys who are older in this locker room, yourself, the Brandon Brooks, the Lane Johnsons, Jason Kelsey's, Fletcher Cox's, do you have to become even more of a vocal leader to set the standards for the younger guys in this locker room?
Yeah, I feel like somebody's going to merge this year. I can see Jalen being that guy this year. I'm gonna let them guys lead that want to lead, and I'm gonna make sure that if we all holding each other accountable, that's what we doing. Hold me accountable just as much as I hold you accountable, because that's leading. And so I think that when I see guys doing that, it's not just one person leading. All of us got to take accountability and make sure that we say we gonna win. If we gonna win, this is what it's gonna take. Then this is what we got to do every day. And so when I see other guys not doing that, we got to just remind each other. And I'm not going to say it in a way where you can't receive it. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm just going to say, hey, man, you told me that you wanted to be great. You told me you wanted to get a second contract. You told me that you want to make the team. That ain't it. That ain't it. And that's just as simple as that. and it's either you gonna make that decision to change it or you ain't. And eventually you're gonna be out anyway. And there's other guys in this league that's dying for your spot. So if you can't get motivated off that, man, I ain't trying to leave this thing until I'm ready to leave.
Like
If
you
I can,
40 years old.
hey, for real. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I just really just want to help these guys, man. I'm thankful to be in this position, to work to get to this position. But at the end of the day, we all still got to work. I still got to work. My it ain't guaranteed for me either. You know what I'm saying? Like we all got to go out here and prove to these new coaches, and the coaches got to prove to us that they know what they talking about and we know what we doing out there on the field, and we can trust each other. And man, we gonna at least give ourselves a fighting chance if we get to that point.
Hey, before we continue our football discussion, I wanted to pass this along for all the people out there watching and listening. The JAKIB Media Sports Network will be giving out Devonta Smith jerseys. Now, how do you go about winning one of these jerseys? Well, first of all you have to do is subscribe to the JAKIB Media channel. Now, the winner announcements will be made on May 12th, which is the official date when the 2021 NFL schedule comes out. So once again, the JAKIB Media Sports Network giving out Devonta Smith jerseys. Winners will be announced May 12th, the official day that the 2021 NFL schedule will be coming out. All you have to do to be a winner is subscribe to the JAKIB Media channel. All right, so getting back to football talk now. In the third round, they draft a tweener, a D tackle / DN in Milton Williams. Have you had a chance to reach out to him? If not, what do you expect of him? Because let's face it, you guys need some help up front. And the more pressure you can get on the quarterback, the less pressure you put on your guys on the back end.
Yep, I think that every year that I've been here, I always know that they wanted to make sure that they always had D linemen. And whenever they get a chance, I'm always assuming that a DN coming. I thought it was coming in at first. Mm-hmm. The way people was talking with another Michigan alum, Quiddy Pay. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's always best available at the end of the day, and they do a good job, even though we go through all we go through. But I think that trust is big in this league, and you gotta make sure whatever they do, just ride with it, because you can't change it anyway.
You surprised they waited until the fourth round cornerback?
You know what? Maybe
they see something. A diplomatic answer. Don't give me
maybe they see something that we don't see. That's why I say, like, I can't speak on that. But I know that if it pans out and the guy that they took pans out really good and be the number one guy, then what we talking about is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. You hoping that you're getting all hits. That's what you hoping for. That they can all help us. But that's not always the case. Sometimes I wish I knew ahead of time who was gonna be this guy, who gonna be that guy. I should take this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's gonna be a star. But everything is a tossed up. That's why it's a draft. And I think that it's all about who is the one who want to show up on film, because sometimes you'd be surprised, man. It'd be people that get drafted and they acting like they ain't never dreamed to get here before because of how they acting and how they doing stuff.
Right.
And sometimes it's because of the pressures of what came with getting drafted, and what comes with the league. I tell guys all the time, man, like, don't get distracted. Tickets can be a distraction. Getting family tickets every week, making sure that you getting hotel rooms, all that stuff, like that, all that stuff matter. You got to be focused on the game. I remember myself thinking about stuff right before, my mama, I forgot to get this and that for, and they calling me, dang, I forgot to get it. I'm sad. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm thinking about that the whole game. Take care of your business early so that you won't, that'd be like the little stuff that'll sneak up on you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't allow yourself to handle your business. And it's not perfect, but at the same time, just try not to have too much stuff that go above your job, because you pay swell to do a job, and you can't have no distractions. So,
hey man, you never got me any tickets. I thought we were family. You never offer me tickets.
Well, I got you some C's candy, so that's more than enough.
Yes, you did. I'm never gonna forget that. Brandon Graham will go to the West Coast on vacation and will come back and have some See's candy. For people out there that don't know, See's Candy is one of the biggest candy companies out on the West Coast. The candy is phenomenal. BG would always hook me up. So you're right. Forget the tickets. Just keep the See's Candy coming, because what you give me keeps the women in my family happy, and that's the most important thing.
That's number one. And you already know it's going to keep us good, too.
You know, I know you hear some of the scuttlebutt out there, because when I would talk to you inside of the locker room, the first thing you would always tell me was, hey, D-Gun, I always hear what's saying about us, and you expect us to lose, so on and so forth, which was a lie most of the time, but it was good television. But I will say this. You've heard the scuttlebutt going on all off season about this is going to have more losses than wins. We're looking at another. Now that you play 17 games instead of 16, we're going to be lucky to win 4 or 5 games. How much do you take it personal when you do that?
Man, I take it very personal, because you're trying to tell me I got to wait till another year to try to win the Super Bowl just because you think we too young in this. Keep that mentality, because when you see us, we're gonna be out there ready for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the mentality you gotta have. You can't worry about what other people saying, because they trying to predict the future, and you trying to take away my future of what I've been working so hard for. I've been working hard to try to get back to that thing. You know what I'm saying? So every year I think I got a chance, and I'm gonna always be a realist with it. But I do think that Jalen Hurts can lead the way. I think that with the proper people that works well together, offense, coach to player to coach, that matters too. You know, and I think we got the right guys here, man. We just got to buy in both sides and make sure that, man, I'm telling you, we use that as fuel, because people gonna always have something to say, like what y'all do, because this is what y'all get paid to do, and we get paid to go out there and perform. So let's go shut them up. You know what I'm saying? Let's go make them eat them words.
What do you think about adding a 17th game to the schedule? I know the NFL Players Association agreed to it, but once the owners officially announced they're adding a 17th game, you saw a lot of players on social media, man. They were not happy about that.
Yeah, because some people, they got new contracts, ain't gonna be able to get money for that game. Like, it's just an extra game without.
Oh, there he is. We lost your audio for a second.
Yeah, somebody was calling. My fault. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yep. But what you were saying again? What I say?
Yeah, basically, how you guys feel about it in the 17th game? Because it seems a lot of players are not happy about it.
I mean, they've been trying to get us for that 17th game for a minute, and I think that it is what it is at this point. I'm excited, man, because the season already go by fast anyway. So I can never. Right now, I'm on the tail end of. It's a year-to-year thing. Based off what they want to do, what people want to do, with organizations, with me, because I gotta play at a high level in order to stay. But I think that that 17 game, that just give me an extra week to be able to at least travel, enjoy the whole thing, man. Like, I try to enjoy and try not to move too fast, because, man, the years be going by so fast, and, man, next thing you know, I'm gonna be out the league wishing I was still in it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that right now, 17, bring it on. Let's go. It's just an extra game for us to go out there and show what we do.
The Philadelphia Eagles were one of the few teams that decided to not show up for voluntary workouts in April as part of the protocol to help try to prevent spreading of COVID-19. Okay, so again, we can't talk about this enough. Be a young team, new coaching staff, basically an untested quarterback at the helm. Do you think that's going to set you guys back a little bit further than a lot of teams, not having that hands-on experience?
I don't think so.
Okay. Wake up, man. What are you doing?
My bad. I don't know why, because I woke up. I slept good last night too. But pretty much, man, I think that you putting yourself more at risk of being there. You know, because right now, I just look at it like this from this point, structural standpoint. You only allowed to have 20 guys in the building at a time, working out. Then 10 guys in weight room, I think, or something like that. And then you got 80 guys, and it's just like, it's just tough, man, for all of us to show up and have to spread it out. Like you talking like a 8 to 10 hour day if we doing it like 4 different groups. So it's like every 30 minutes, you got to wait 30 minutes to get your rapid test, then you go in. So it's a whole hour. You just, you wait 30 minutes, then you work out for 30, and you done spent an hour and a half already.
Yep.
And then you got to go wait on the other guys, the other groups to finish. Then you got to get on Zoom. Then you got to, what I'm saying? It's just so much that goes into it. And then we don't have the same rules that we had last year, the same deal of, just the protection from COVID stuff, just with the teams. Based off, if you get COVID, this is what happens. This, you don't want to lose no money. And so it's just a lot of stuff that's going on right now, man. I'm glad that things is getting a little better, but I think it's what it is voluntary. But as long as you handle your business, you don't make the team during the off season. You make the team in training camp. And so make sure that you just know the plays. If you really want to get ahead a little more, meet with your coach on Zoom and, kind of walk through some stuff or whatever it is. But I just think that those teams that are in there, if a guy get hurt, one of your main guys, then what? You know what I'm saying? It's like, is it really an advantage? Are you really gaining? Injuries going to happen, but I felt like last year when they was reading off the stats, we had less people injured because it wasn't that many off-season injuries like it used to be. And, even with the way off-season's been going, you could go from a 1 being in mini camp, and then you'll be a 3 by training camp because of how you did in mini camp. You know what I'm saying? And it's really, I feel like the off-season is supposed to be about getting better and getting and working on some of the weaknesses that you might have. But now it's more so you trying to, like, people making the team during the off season. So it's kind of tough, man. It's a tough position, but I'm hoping that we all stand solid together, just on, making it virtual, because we trying to protect each other, and you're not trying to go, like, if we ain't gonna be able to leave, or are we gonna be able to leave? You know what I'm saying? Like when we doing the off season, Monday through Thursday, we there, and then people go home, and then they come back, and then next thing you know, somebody get COVID. They was around half the team, and then we out the building. Now you can't work out for a week. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's tough. So I would rather take my chances at home right now with the fam, enjoy a little more time with the fam, and then on top of that, man, you still getting paid for it to be virtual. So let's just ride with it. Let's just ride and protect ourselves until it's time to really turn it up.
Brandon Graham, I have taken up more than enough of your time on this Saturday afternoon. I know you could be behind the doors of your home spending time with your wife and kids, but I appreciate it, man. Anytime I call on you, you always answer the call, and I can't thank you enough for spending some time with us here on the JAKIB Media Sports Network, brother.
Hey, I hope you know time is money, so, man, have that check in the mail. I'll send you the address.
I'll have my people call your people. How's that?
Hey, you better tell them to call me as soon as we hang up.
All right, just send that C's candy, okay?
Oh, you know it. Appreciate it, man.
Take care. I'll talk to you soon down the road.
All right.
Once again, the Philadelphia Eagles in number 5 decided to take a running back, Kenneth Gainwell, out of the University of Memphis. They say he's a little bit on the underside, but has great hands, great acceleration. And I saw the word a couple of times, has the potential to be game changer in a lot of ways. So hopefully he can add some depth to that backfield with Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders. Of course, the Eagles still have 4 picks as we know it right now, coming up round number 6. So we will be back a couple of times. We will be back on after picks 189 and 191, and then we'll be back again after picks 224 and 225 to talk about what the Eagles have done, and of course the overall state of the Eagles and what they did in terms of this draft 2021. All right, you have been locked up to the JAKIB Media Sports Network. Once again, for those of you out there who want to have a chance to win a Devonta Smith jersey, all you have to do is subscribe to the JAKIB Media channel, and winners will be announced on May 12th, which is the official day that the 2021 NFL schedule will be released. So If you want to win a jersey, all you have to do is subscribe. All right, that's wrap up this edition on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. We're going to have coming up next more live reactions with John Mullins of Burrs 365. Later tonight, Krause will be out and about talking to you, the fans, getting your take, your feelings on what the Eagles did in the draft in 2021. Can't wait to hear from the fans. And, of course, a lot more coming up as well. So that's it for this edition of Draft Takes right now. I'm Derek Gunn. It is presented by IBEW Local 98. We will see you back here during the course of and at the end of round 6. So until then, so long, everybody.